If you are a very persistent person, then you will never overcome panic attacks. But if you're a quitter, then you can overcome panic attacks. And the thing is, you need to understand what to quit. You need to quit being yourself. Who you are right now is a very anxious person, a worried person, a concerned person, and a person who is afflicted with panic attacks after panic attacks. If you can just quit being yourself, then you can be a very free person, very happy person. Your friends and family will stop worrying about you. The girl that you're dating right now will start to admire you for being so peaceful and so powerful. If your girlfriend left you for another guy, then she will just say to her friends, "Oh my god, Mark just became the man of my dreams." But the sad part is, he's now out of my league. So, in this video, I am going to teach you how to quit being the version of yourself who is afflicted with panic attacks, who is constantly anxious and worried. And the best way to quit being yourself is to learn how to sit still. When I had panic attacks 4 years ago, I was going through a medical school in Nepal, and I had a reputation to protect. I had a career to build. I did not go to therapy sessions and buy anxiety pills because I knew that they were not going to treat the root cause. So I decided to study the power of human mind. I started to study the true essence of religion, which is spirituality. I started to study consciousness, and then I realized that I just have to sit still. And when I tried meditating for the first time, I could not sit still for even 1 minute. So if you can sit still for 1 minute right now, then you're actually doing better than I was, which means you can actually heal panic attacks faster than I did. And I healed my panic attacks in just 5 months. So listen to me very closely. When you sit still and close your eyes, then what you're going to notice is all of your fears, all of your anxiety, all the terrible mental imagery that are suppressed in your subconscious mind will start to come up. And you're going to be extremely fearful of all those sensations, of all those images, of all those feelings. But you just have to muster up the courage and just stay with all of those sensations, with all of those feelings, and with all of those mental imagery. That is the first step of quitting being the version of yourself who is afflicted with panic attacks. If you can just be conscious of all of your terrible negative mental imagery and feelings, then that is the first step of quitting being yourself. After you muster up the courage to just close your eyes and sit still or lay down still for a couple of minutes, what you're going to do is do Yoga Nidra. People like Dr. Andrew Huberman have called Yoga Nidra as non-sleep deep rest protocol. What happens is you just guide awareness over your body one by one, part by part, body part by body part, until you achieve a state of relaxation. When you do Yoga Nidra properly, your brain will start to create slow, coherent alpha waves and theta waves. Right now, your brain is producing beta waves because you're absorbing information from a three-dimensional reality. When you're super stressed, when you're having panic attacks and anxiety, your brain is producing high beta waves, which are not really healing. But if you do Yoga Nidra properly, then your brain will produce these slow, healing brain waves. And that's when your body will start to naturally heal itself. So Yoga Nidra is really important. Please do Yoga Nidra and completely change your life. After you do Yoga Nidra, what you're going to do is you start to imagine being a version of yourself who is no longer afflicted with panic attacks. That's how you quit being yourself. You start to imagine a version of yourself who is free. For example, you start to imagine a scenario where you are kissing your girlfriend, where you're smelling her perfume, where you're touching her hair, where she is telling you all the wonderful things about you. Wow, you're so peaceful. Wow, you're so powerful as a human being. And if you provide enough sensory vividness to this imaginal act becomes very real to your brain. Your brain will start to think that all these things are actually happening to you in real time. Now, if you can just hold your attention and keep on mentally rehearsing this wonderful imaginal act where everything is wonderful for you, then you start to derive feelings from them. Feelings that are equivalent to whatever you have imagined. For example, you might have imagined that you're waking up in the morning and you just have a big smile on your face instead of heart palpitation and racing thought in your head. Of course, you're going to feel the equivalent emotions of joy, gratitude, and empowerment and confidence. Now, if you can sustain these elevated emotions for a long period of time, panic attacks and anxiety are just going to fall off of your system. Now you have just quit being the version of yourself who is afflicted with panic attacks, and you have chosen to become the version of yourself who is free, who is joyful, who is happy, who is completely empowered with a new future. This is how you change your life and become free from panic attacks. Now, if you want one-on-one personalized coaching from me, then message me on my Gmail or my WhatsApp, which are linked in the description box down below. Also, subscribe to this channel so that you can get notification as soon as I post in this channel. Thank you.